Hey, it's been a minute. Like most things on the internet, something that started out as pretty good and kind of fun now sucks and has been taken over by the worst subsect of humanity. Let's talk about it. If you're around the same age as me, you probably had an iPod Touch in middle school. And in my opinion, this was the golden age of apps. Pocket God, Cut the Rope, Zippo Lighter app, iBeer, the YouTube app that came pre-downloaded and looked like an old TV, and of course, iFunny. Besides Facebook, iFunny was really the first social media app for a lot of us preteens and teens growing up around the mid-2010s. But if you're not familiar with iFunny, or maybe just don't remember because it has been, oh my god, 15 years? What the hell?
What the hell are you talking about?
Anyway, if you don't recall, iFunny was a social media app specifically for curated internet memes. Now, this was the place to go for the most premium memes that the world had to offer at the time. And if I am remembering correctly, there would be 2 daily dumps of memes that were hand-selected by some type of curation team at iFunny. And these were the best of the best. These were the cream of the crop of what had been uploaded that day, which incentivized people to post really high quality stuff, because there was always that slim chance that your meme could be selected and shown to the entire iFunny community, which at the time, to a 14-year-old in middle school, was probably the coolest thing that's ever happened to you in your entire life. Hopefully something better's happened. But whatever happened to iFunny? If you're like me, you probably haven't thought or heard anything about it in years. Is it even still around today? Well, the short answer is yes, shockingly. But from what I've heard, it's not the same iFunny that we remember. From 2018 to 2021, iFunny has been associated with multiple extremist groups and users, resulting in real-world hate crimes, right-wing domestic terrorism, and white nationalist neo-Nazi recruitment. Well, as you know, I've explored a lot of right-wing spaces, some more fringe than others.
Fake news. We get our fuel from Canada, Canada, then Saudi Arabis.
But I haven't looked at iFunny in at least 12 or 13 years. So that's what we're gonna do today.
I'm going on an adventure!
While also breaking down this right-wing transition the app has experienced throughout its lifetime, and see what the iFunny users of today are even talking about. Why are they still using this app? And is it primarily still used for dank memes or Nazi recruitment videos? Well, let's find out.
I don't think I've been on this app since like at least 2010. I think it's gonna be a shock for me. I know it will be. I don't know if you've been on here more recently than the past 16 years, but we're gonna check it out and see what it looks like. I think it's gonna be a little different than what it was. iFunny. So we got girls memes, cars memes. We got best animals and nature memes, best art and creative memes. Why is the anime and manga one different? Your anaconda definitely wants some. Okay, that's like a 2012 joke. Anaconda don't. When did that song come out? 2014. Okay, cool. So, seems like iFunny's still stuck in 2014. No, I guess I'll make an account. Why not? Yeah, I got to. I gotta be a part of it. I gotta bump iFunny's numbers back up. We need some better memes on here. Maybe I can post memes. Okay, well, all right, let's make the account. Okay, username iMiss2014. How funny are you? My friends would describe me as random. Mustache cat? I don't know. What you thinking about? Oh, I don't know. Snack stuff, I guess. Oh, nice. Clock for retired people. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, because you don't need to know the time if you're retired. That's a good one. It has 18 likes. That's how you know it's really popular, when 18 people online are like, yeah, that's a good meme. So this one's pretty viral. This sucks. This website. I feel like I've time traveled. All of these memes are like 2012 memes. I thought they'd be kind of updated for 2026, but I guess everyone who still uses this website is still stuck in like the zeitgeist of 2012. The things that they liked, the things that they thought were funny were evolving over time, and then it reached 2012 and they were like, all right, I'm done. This is the funniest things are ever gonna be. Are there comments on here? Okay, you can either email it to one of your friends or put it on Pinterest, Reddit, Tumblr, or Facebook. But you can't text it, you can't put it on Instagram or Twitter Yeah, those new age websites.
First off, I guess, what the hell is a Twitter?
Oh, we have some videos. Okay. Too much. If I unmute one of them, it plays all of them.
1-800 contact. You can't have my
Wow, that's an awesome feature. Well, these are really funny so far. I am rolling on the floor laughing my ass off. I am rafflecoptering right now. This is hilarious. I like how the top meme of the year has 3.5K likes. That's a lot. Should we go to politics? Let's see what's going on in politics. Oh, we have a lot of subcategories. Alex Jones, Bill Clinton, Martin Luther King Jr., Joe Biden. Okay, well we'll go to Ben Shapiro. Let's check it out over there. Oh, this is funny. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. Why do they keep posting this? It's like one guy who just, that's a little racist. Not good there. I don't know what that has to do with politics. Can you not comment on here? Republish, email, report. I swear you could comment on these. Can you comment on iFunny posts? Oh, I don't think you can comment on PC, just download the app. So I can't comment unless I have the app?
So from looking into things a bit more, it seems like the website for iFunny is basically a totally different experience than the actual app. On the website, there isn't even a comment feature, and there's hardly any search functionality as well. I guess the iFunny team, however many there still are, hardly support the web version here, but it sounds like the app is a much better experience, so let's head on over there to see the difference. Where is iFunny? I'm just gonna scroll until I find it. Okay, iFunny. You can scroll forever now. Seriously, infinite scroll is smoother, faster, and slightly more dangerous to your free time. Yeah, I bet. I like how it has like the iCloud download because I used to have it when I was 14. Okay, let's open it up. All right.
All right!
No, this is my first time. Just swipe and smile. We'll do the rest. Okay.
All right, already this feels much more usable and a bit more up to date. Nice.
That was a weird first one to show me. Let's look at the comments. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Should be worse, TBH. These people killed Charlie Kirk. What?
Oh, and we immediately are fed transphobia.
It's a mass shooting rates by demographic. Trans non-binary. This is not... I'm debunking this right now. I'm so tired of hearing this argument. This is literally the first meme we see. Here we go. This is from the violenceproject.org. Who are mass shooters? 98% of mass shooters are male. 64% are white. Okay, so 98% are male. 64 white male. How many trans people have carried out a mass shooting? Here we go. Grokpedia. No, I don't want Grokpedia. Oh my god. How many mass shooters were trans people? The Gun Violence Archive report 5 confirmed incidents involving transgender or non-binary suspects. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 according to Grok. I can't believe I just said that. Okay, let's say it's somewhere between 5 and 7. How many mass shootings have happened in the US between 2018 and 2026? All right, here we go. This is from Gun Violence Archive. Okay, 294. We're counting this as of when did this article come out? July. Okay, pretty recent. A couple months ago. Okay, 4,560 mass shootings have been carried out since 2018 in the US. 5 to 7 of those have been from trans people.
There are dozens of us. Dozens!
Hey, Editing Ben here. Wanted to clear something up real quick. I realized when I was editing that the stupid stat that I was reading in the comments was public incidents with 4 or more fatalities expressed as rates per million population. It's just, you know, we're already jumping through hoops to get these percentages that are still wrong, by the way. I know this says 2015 and I did 2018. It doesn't matter.
white men carry out mass shootings way, way more than trans people. That's the point, okay? This is just wrong. Just do the math, do the research. It'll always come out. White men are the ones who do mass shootings in the US. All right, done with that. Back to the video.
Collective. What's this? This is kind of funny. I'll give that a smiley face. Yeah, that is true. Is there like a politics chats? Do I just hop into one of these? The Charlie Kirk meal at McDonald's is low-key mid. What? Okay, I joined the channel. Should I say something? They're talking really fast. PCP is great. Let's not talk about drugs, guys. You should definitely try acid at least once in your life. I got kicked. I Miss 2014 was kicked? I was going to talk about something. I'm going to join again. Okay, I joined the channel. Let me try to talk. Anybody ever tried Robitussin? I keep getting kicked. Stop. No. All right, I'm gonna try to join back one more time. Come on. Anybody like popping a few Mucinex XDs? Why did everyone stop talking? Benadryl. Let's go. No! Fuck Benadryl. What are we, 12? Yeah, I kind of thought we were. My dad did meth. This app is actually fun. I'm having a good time. I mean, they've basically just turned it into TikTok, except instead of swiping up, you swipe to the side. So, why couldn't I join the chat? Maybe you need like a premium profile or something. Oh, here we go. Politics. You know, thinking back to 2011 internet, it seems like things used to work just perfectly fine without the need to give up a bunch of personal information for every single site you use. Your location, your email, your identity, and even the tools that are built to protect that info can either leak it or get forced to hand it over. That's why I've been using today's sponsor, Obscura, a VPN that's actually just built different. Here's why. See, most traditional VPNs can see both your identity and the sites you visit. Obscura is built so it's physically, cryptographically, impossible to link your identity to your browsing history. It's also open source, so anybody can check the code and servers for themselves. So you don't have to deal with the usual, just trust us, bro. And I thought this was actually the coolest part when I was signing up, but you don't even need an email. Yes. That's right. Finally, a website you can use where you don't have to put in an email. It's genuinely the easiest VPN I've ever used. You just pick a location or let it auto-connect, and then it just works on iPhone, Mac, or Android. So if you want a privacy-first VPN, go to obscura.com/BENAM or scan the QR code on screen to get 25% off a subscription for only $6 a month. And thank you to Obscura for sponsoring this video. All right, back to it. I will admit, one thing that's nice about iFunny that I do really miss about the old internet and former versions of social media is the chronological feed. There is no algorithm, it just shows you what everyone's posted. I kind of miss that. We need to bring that back more. And everything is just given to you in the order that it was posted. They really hate Ben Shapiro on here. Except I did keep seeing these gray squares that look like posts that had been deleted. I'm assuming that these were posts that didn't make it past an automated moderation system, or maybe they were actually removed by a moderation team. I don't know, I couldn't see them. According to this Vice article from 2019, iFunny uses both systems, a machine learning automated one and also a human team. But let's keep exploring to see if anything maybe slipped through the cracks.
We can do it!
MAGA Pearl. I'm going to... Oh my god. You're gonna start killing the Jews, right? Oh my god. Actually gonna drain the swamp, right? This is so bad. Obama called us clingers. Clinton called us deplorables. Biden called us dregs of society. The media calls us racist. President Trump calls us poorly educated. That's good. That's a funny meme. I'll give that a like. Well, none of us got a proper education. We got a state-sanctioned indoctrination. High school should teach you taxes, finance, how to grow your own food, and other useful information. I am racist, though.
And it wasn't too long until I started coming across some racism. First towards black people, then towards Muslims, and plenty of anti-Semitism as well.
What do they all have in common? Jewish. Oh my God, dude, the anti-Semitism on here.
So as expected from what I heard about this rightward shift of iFunny, this blatant racism was kind of what I was expecting to see.
On all of these like sort of more fringe social media websites, it's like less right-wing and less like MAGA, and it's more anti-Semitism and like incel behavior. On Twitter and like Truth Social, obviously, that's where like more of like the maggots hang out. But yeah, the incels and the anti-Semites are on the fringe apps. They're on the iFunny.
Like I mentioned earlier, this was a huge problem on iFunny back between 2018 and 2021. So I think it's time to start talking about these extremist groups that started gaining traction on the app. All right, so here's the timeline. January 12th, 2018, 20-year-old Samuel Woodward is arrested and charged with first-degree murder in the stabbing death of Blaze Bernstein. Woodward was a member of Atomwaffen Division, which was a neo-Nazi terrorist group. And on iFunny, he built a following under the handle Saboteur. And he posted mostly racist and white supremacist content. In the aftermath, some iFunny users actually turned the murder into memes and voiced support for what Woodward did. And this was the first incident that put iFunny on the map in terms of its connection to extremist groups. Skip ahead to August 7th, 2019. 18-year-old Justin Olson of Ohio is arrested after posting threats against federal agents on his iFunny account. His handle was Army of Christ. The account had nearly 6,000 subscribers, and his posts mostly glorified mass shootings and imagined a holy war between Christians and Muslims. When the FBI searched his home, they found over 10,000 rounds of ammunition and 25 guns, all legally registered to his father. Olson's defense was that he was just joking. He was just messing around, having some fun on iFunny, you know, everyone's favorite app. And he was actually released in July of 2020 with 3 years probation. Jump ahead like a week later, August 16th, 2019, and the FBI arrests another 19-year-old, Farhan Shaikh, over iFunny posts threatening to murder staff and patients at a women's health clinic, less than 5 miles from his home. Unlike the other guy, he explicitly denied his account was satire, insisting that he meant every word and that he would act on it. Then, in November of 2019, Vice News reports that a neo-Nazi hate group called The Base was using iFunny to spread recruitment propaganda. A user going by Meme Mercenary was caught posting QR codes pointing followers toward the group. Then in May of 2020, another 19-year-old, Alexander Treisman, is arrested on weapons charges and separately indicted for child pornography possession. Investigators later uncovered posts on Reddit and iFunny threatening to assassinate Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Police then found him with 4 rifles, a handgun, explosive materials, and bomb-making literature. Then in March of 2021, 21-year-old Joshua Doctor of Michigan is arrested and charged with terrorism after posting death threats against Biden, Nancy Pelosi, and at the time, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer on, you guessed it, iFunny, framing himself as the spark of a coming revolution. And according to iFunny's own Chief Information Officer, Denis Litvinov, he later confirmed the posts violated the platform's policies against violence. Really? No way, Denny? So yeah, iFunny has a terrible history of being a breeding ground for right-wing extremists. And I can't believe there are so many examples to point to. But since 2021, there hasn't really been any info on what was going on within the iFunny community, especially within political thought and discussion. So I wanted to keep going deeper down this endless swiping of memes to gauge where the users were at in 2026, and to see if there was any more of this white nationalist extremism left over from a few years ago, or if it had died out, or maybe iFunny finally kind of locked down on moderation of hate and violence.
This 90s game called Illuminati, New World Order, is tripping me out. Okay, because Charlie Kirk's last post was titled Enough is Enough, and it was a video of Trump posted on September 9th. And then you have this card in the game titled Enough is Enough. And it looks like Trump. And the first words on it is, at any place, at any time, our snipers can drop you. What? I'm sorry. I don't like that.
That's weird. They definitely would have left those hints for people to find so people can make content about how interesting and connected everything is. Because believing in conspiracies is only fun when the Illuminati leaves little hints here and there so we can piece it together and then try to tell everyone about it, but then no one believes us. Now, I thought it was about time to start posting my own political memes. See if I could get any discourse started in my comments. So I thought, why don't we just post some of Talbot Henley's tweets? If you don't know who Talbot Henley is, welcome to the Benaminute channel. If you watch some more videos, you will quickly find out who he is. And you're probably gonna come to love him, as many here have. Also, if you're enjoying the video so far and want to help support the channel, giving this video a like really helps me out. Also, subscribing to the channel. And if you want to see all of my videos ad-free off of YouTube, you can check out my Patreon for just $2 a month. As always, I appreciate the support. I'm going to switch over to Timber Slocum's account and then go to Talbot Henley's account so I can screenshot them so it doesn't look like I'm screenshotting my own tweets, you know? Talbot Henley. All right, we'll do this one because it's funny. We'll cover up the amount of views so nobody makes fun of it. I think this one's gonna do well. The world you grew up in no longer exists. And then we have a white family dressed nice. We have a warm color. I think this was taken with like a Kodak Gold 400 or something like that. And then on the right, we have an AI generated picture of a family in like a Carhartt shirt and sweatpants. Golden retrievers went extinct and the pit bulls rose to power. Oh my god, I got a smile from Paladin Bruh on my Barry Weiss meme. That's awesome. iFunny, iFunny, with my Talbot Henley memes. We're gonna post them, man. We're gonna get some engagement. So while I was waiting and letting iFunny do its thing by showing my memes to the community, I continued to keep digging and keep swiping. And there seemed like a pretty even amount of posts that were more right-leaning, but also left-leaning. While I did see a lot of racist and pro-MAGA posts, I also saw some posts supporting Bernie and also making fun of Trump. And actually some pretty decent conversation and debates happening in the comments. So if we got some pro-Abdul El-Sayed memes. Socialists always think this time will be different. What do you mean by that? The Great Depression? Not personally. You could make the argument that Keynesian economics, aka government spending, pulled the US out of it. But the US wasn't drowning in debt then. Still Muslim. Yeah, that's all they care about. See, like these two guys are having an actual conversation, you know? This guy's a Keynesian guy. He's all about Keynesian economics, doesn't like socialism. That's fine. We can all have different thoughts. We can debate. This guy, Fox guy, seems to be a socialist, and they're talking about the differences between the two. They're arguing for their economic ideology, their economic principles. And then you have Poo Poo Fatty the Third just commenting, still Muslim.
The next day.
Let's check on my profile. Here we go. Okay, I got 1 follower and I got 14 total smiles. My one about the pit bulls and the golden retrievers got 12 smileys and 3 comments. Let's read the comments. Pit bull my ass. A good 60 to 70% of people I see have a doodle of some kind. Those motherfuckers are everywhere. Yeah, they are. God, doodles are everywhere. LOL, you look at any adoption center and it's like 50% pits and 1 or 2 each other breed. So we were just talking about pit bulls. All right, nothing political there. How did my other post do? Yeah, this one just got 1 like. I thought I posted something else. Yeah, this one. I got 0 likes. All right, well, that's lame. Okay, let's go look at the Explore. Now we're getting a good bit of like left-wing or anti-Trump memes on here. It seemed to kind of be split down the middle in political ideology. Modern women can never be satisfied. This has 19,000 likes and 2,000 comments.
But there was definitely more like incel, groiper accounts and memes than there were like left-leaning memes, which I feel like is the case on most apps, especially ones that are completely catered towards humor and memes. Now, looking at the website traffic demographics for iFunny, it looks like the majority of users are young males between the ages of 18 to 24, and about 4 to 5 million users visit the site every month, which may sound like a lot, but in comparison to other social media apps, it's really not that much. Twitter has around 600 million per month, Blue Sky has 120 million, even Donald Trump's Truth Social gets only 6 million. That's actually hilarious. I've never looked that up until right now. So there's about the same amount of people on Truth Social than there is on iFunny. I don't know if that says more about Truth Social or if it says more about iFunny, but do with that information what you will. God, Truth Social's so stupid. I might have to get back on there soon. But if you've been on the internet over the past 10 years, you'll know that any website or app that has or had pretty lax moderation consists of a ton of alt-right and extremist takes and posts. Oh, it's a silent video of him saying the N-word. It's very, very good. Especially an app that was specifically designed for memes. They can be edgy, they're very visual and easy to understand. They're kind of the perfect conduit for spreading radical political and cultural ideas very quickly across the internet.
Big Heil! Big Heil! Big Heil!
Oh, that's us.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing that. Oh, yeah.
Big Heil! Big Heil!
Especially to a bunch of young men who are lonely and insecure and whose only source of community might just be online with other males who are susceptible to this type of propaganda. But I always try to think of like where these guys are coming from. Like how do you get to this place as a 18 or 19-year-old? And how that meme culture online when you're younger can form into this political ideology that is usually aligned with right-wing thought. And I think that it starts with this interest in dark humor.
What is the most offensive joke that you've ever written?
If only Africa had more mosquito nets, then every year we could save millions of mosquitoes from dying needlessly of AIDS.
It feels so rebellious to laugh at things and find humor in things that most in society would find too dark or too disgusting. You know, I feel so cool and different because nobody understands me because my brain's so messed up. But all of that anti-humor and edgy memes online start turning into more racist ones and misogynistic ones, and then ones that point to distrusting vaccines or climate hoaxes. And then you start to hold all of these beliefs. You start to feel like you're discovering things online on your own, and it's information that is trying to be hidden from you. It feels really cool. You're finding all this stuff out that the mainstream doesn't want you to know about. And then the only people online who are welcoming you in with open arms, telling you that it's okay to have this edgy humor and, hey, we're here, man. We also distrust all of these things like you do. And the people who do that online are usually, most of the time, aligned with the right. And it probably feels so good for these young guys. Everyone else in their lives are getting onto them, getting mad that they believe these things, but then they come across some podcast where they tell them that, yeah, man, we also think that women are dumb. And guess what? It's totally fine if you say retard in the N-word. We don't care. We think it's kind of cool. And then you just become a vessel for right-wing propaganda. They identify all of your personal problems and tell you that the reason that it's happening is because of others, whether it's trans people, or black people, or Muslims, or Jewish people.
Immigrants, I knew it was them. Even when it was the bears, I knew it was them.
Basically anyone but billionaires and the politicians who support them. And then the worst case scenario can happen. And that's that these guys act on those beliefs. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, there have been far too many examples of that happening. And on a more personal note, it just sucks so much to see an app that I used to find so much joy in and have so many good memories of just be completely run down and shitty now due to incels and right-wing extremists. And I'm just speculating here, this is just my assumption, but it seems like a reason that the app died off and has become a shell of what it used to be is probably because of the baggage attached to it. after everything that happened between 2018 and 2021, and probably also the fact that it doesn't have an algorithm or a personal curation feature. I really liked that aspect of it and think that more social media sites should be like that, but the app definitely doesn't keep you hooked for very long like other ones do now. So I get why not that many people use it anymore, when you can find good memes and funny stuff on basically any other social media app. Well, anyway, that's iFunny in 2026. It sucks. There were some pros, there were some cons, mostly cons. But if you enjoyed this video, consider giving it a like and subscribe to the channel. Maybe hype the video too. I don't know, sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't really know what it does, but I don't know, hype it. Anyway, it's been a minute, and thank you so much for watching.